Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ralph Rangnick has confirmed Edinson Cavani and Scott McTominay will be in the Manchester United squad for tomorrow. Rangnick has said though that Edinson Cavani is not ready to start against Manchester City. Edinson Cavani has just recovered from a groin injury. Cavani is linked with a move to Brazil. He's also been linked with a move to La Liga. Edinson Cavani is expected to leave as a free agent this summer. Cavani's contract at Manchester United expires in the summer. Manchester United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. And Scott McTominay, he's just come back from illness. I don't rate McTominay at all. Earlier on this season, I did say that McTominay was one of our best performers under Rangnick. He's had his good games under Rangnick. McTominay has been part of the club for a long time. You know, he risen up our academy and that, and revert back to 2020, he signed a new 5-year contract with Manchester United. Now, just some more news on Erik Ten Hag. Erik Ten Hag's chances of joining Manchester United are rising. Fabrizio Romano said that Manchester United have started negotiations with Erik Ten Hag. Ten Hag has told Ajax he wants to leave at the end of the season. Ten Hag has been learning English. Erik Ten Hag has his heart set on a move to Manchester United. Rangnick wants Erik Ten Hag to become Manchester United's next manager, and there's a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik Ten Hag get recommended in. I think if Erik Ten Hag became Manchester United's next manager, he'd suit the strappings of the club and he would be capable of winning trophies. It would be good for Erik Ten Hag to come and experience the Premier League. He's not yet managed in the Premier League. He's been the Ajax manager for around 5 years. Ajax appointed him in back in 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. You've got to admire what he's done at Ajax. He's developed the young players well. He's won a couple of Eredivisie titles with them. And revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and now Ajax are in the Dutch Cup final, so he could be winning another trophy. Before Ajax, Erik Ten Hag managed Utrecht, before then he managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then he managed Go Ahead Eagles. Now, just want to give you some more news on Mauricio Pochettino. Mauricio Pochettino wants a Tottenham Hotspur return. Don't forget, before PSG, Mauricio Pochettino endured a 5.5-year managerial tenure with Tottenham. Analysing the vast majority of his tenure at Tottenham, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top 4, but revert back to 2018, he got Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final. And at one point he almost won the league when he was Tottenham manager. Tottenham made a bad mistake sacking him at the time. PSG's director Leonardo has said that Mauricio Pochettino has not asked to leave PSG. Pochettino is expected to leave PSG at the end of the season. He's been in charge of PSG for over a year. His contract at PSG expires next year. I think he has won a French Cup with them. Manchester United have held talks with Pochettino. Earlier on this season, reports said from Spain that Pochettino rejected Manchester United as he's waiting for Real Madrid. Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson, even though Man United are not really known as a sacking football club. So the managers we sacked since Ferguson, we sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ralph Rangnick, he wants the permanent Man United job. Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for 3 months. He's Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season, then he is expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Rangnick's managed nearly 20 games in all competitions as Manchester United's interim manager. He's only lost 2 games in all competitions, and he's only lost 1 game in the Premier League, so I reckon Rangnick's done a good job. I've got a lot of respect for Rangnick. I think he's a very good coach. The vast majority of German coaches are very good. Rangnick's aim for this season is for Manchester United to finish in the top 4. But I said top 4 is in doubt, reflecting on the 0-0 draw against Watford the other week. Arsenal have got like 3 games in hand over Man United. Man United's only chance of a trophy this season is the Champions League. And I'm very sceptical we'll win that, so it's going to be another trophyless season for Man United. Man United have not won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. If Man United were to win the Champions League though this season and get a top 4 finish, there'd be a very good chance then that Rangnick would get the Man United job on a permanent basis. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Earlier on this season, Rangnick recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. You know, Manchester United have got very good players, but on the other side of things we've got inconsistent players as well. You know, we do have the best player in the world overall in Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, Ronaldo is out of form at the moment. He's only scored 1 goal in his last 10 games. The last goal Ronaldo scored was the 2-0 win against Brighton. He should have had more than 1 goal against Brighton because he had some good headed chances. His overall performance against Brighton at Old Trafford was good. Prior to the Brighton game, Ronaldo didn't score in his last 6. I'm expecting Ronaldo to start tomorrow against Man City. You know, Rangnick has faith to start Ronaldo tomorrow. Rangnick wants to replace Ronaldo with a Sheeman. And Ralph Rangnick has major doubts about Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo will leave Manchester United in the summer, especially if they fail to finish in the top 4. Man United have already said that they'll allow Ronaldo to leave. Since Ronaldo re-signed for Manchester United, he's scored 15 goals in all competitions. He's got over 800 goals in his career. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million, with the add-ons included. Man United paid around 12.7 million up front. And his contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option to extend for a further year. Ronaldo receives nearly £500,000 a week, so he's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. And he's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Anthony Elanga. He's done really well since he broke into our first team squad. Don't forget, Elanga came off the bench and scored a late equaliser against Atletico Madrid. He also scored in the 4-2 win against Leeds. Don't forget, Rangnick said that Anthony Elanga was close to leaving Manchester United. Revert back to earlier on this season, Anthony Elanga got racially abused on social media. Because he missed a decisive penalty against Middlesbrough in the FA Cup. You know, Elanga has been part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy and that he joined Manchester United's academy at the age of 12. And now he's 19, so he's still very young. And Elanga's under contract with Man United until June 2026 as an option of a further year. Jadon Sancho, he's become really good now. He's still done nowhere near as well as a lot of Manchester United fans expected. But not every player settles in straight away. Sancho did enjoy a very poor start to his Manchester United career. Well, revert back to when we had Solskjaer, we couldn't get the best out of Sancho because Solskjaer persistently played him out of position. There was quite a few games Sancho didn't even play under Solskjaer. Manchester United signed Sancho last summer from Borussia Dortmund. We got him in a deal worth 78 million. Manchester United paid 73 million up front. Add-ons were included. Sancho's under contract to Man United until June 2026 as an option of a further year. Sancho did enjoy 4 good years with Borussia Dortmund before he signed for Man United. Juan Mata, don't have a perception on him anymore because Mata doesn't get in the team. Mata lost his place in the team a while ago. And he's lost that yard of pace and he's aging up, but I reckon he's had a good career at Manchester United, Juan Mata. Mata's made around 277 appearances in all competitions and he's scored 51 goals. Mata's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Manchester United got Mata from Chelsea back in 2014, got him for 37.1 million. Lingard, you know, he's not good enough to represent the club, but Lingard doesn't really get in the team. Surprisingly though, he started against Leeds at Ellen Road the other week. Lingard has been part of the club for a long time, you know, he came up our academy and that. He's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Lingard should have left in January, but Manchester United blocked his exit. Back in January, it was Newcastle and West Ham that were battling it out to get Lingard on loan. Bruno Fernandez. He's one of our best players and he's certainly one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Bruno Fernandez did play in our last game against Watford. He had his chances in that game, but unfortunately couldn't convert them. You know, Fernandez has had his good games this season, but on the other side of things, he's had a lot of bad games as well. I thought he was far superior last season to how he's been this season. Fernandez has been a Manchester United player for 2 years. Manchester United got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Earlier on this season, Fernandez rejected a new contract offer from Man United. Bruno Fernandez contract talks are postponed until the summer, having turned down an offer last year. He says Fernandez was demanding similar amount to the highest earners at the club. Fernandez only receives £100,000 a week and is under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. Marcus Rashford, I think he's a good player overall, but he's endured a lot of poor games this season. You know, Rashford, for me, has not been the same player since he recovered from that shoulder problem. Rashford missed the first 2 months of the season with that shoulder problem, and earlier on this season, Rashford had a minor leg injury. You know, you can play Rashford on the left-hand side, you can play him on the right, and you can even play him up top. I think you seem to get the best out of Rashford when he's playing on the left. Rashford's contract at Manchester United expires next year. You know, Rashford has been part of the club for a long time. He's been a United player since the age of 7 and he broke into our senior squad back in 2016. And since then he's gone on to make nearly 300 appearances in all competitions. Edison Cavani, you know, he's also good as well. But like I said earlier on, he's expected to leave in the summer. He's now back from injury, which is good news from a Man United perspective. Paul Pogba, he's a good player. He's not only a good player, he's an imperative player as well. Pogba has done well in the vast majority of his games since he recovered from injury, but he hasn't done well in his last 2 games. Pogba is injury prone because he's endured quite a few injuries since he re-signed for Man United. There's a good chance Pogba will leave Man United in the summer. Earlier on this season it said Pogba is open to Premier League offers if he leaves Man United this summer. But there again, it said Pogba would be open to staying at Man United beyond the end of his contract. Pogba's got a good relationship with Rangnick. Pogba's out of contract in the summer. You know, this season has been his 6th season at Manchester United since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far and he's played over 200 games since he re-signed. Manchester United paid £89 million for Pogba, so reflecting on that, is our most expensive signing at the moment. We had him when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. We got Matic, not good enough. You know, Matic doesn't get in the team much though, does he? You know, because Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but is the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got. Matic did play against Watford last time out, and to be fair, he put a very good performance out. Earlier on this season, Matic had a shin injury. I'm expecting Man United to offload Matic in the summer. Well, he's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Matic has been at Manchester United for over 4 years. Manchester United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017, got him for £40 million. We got Fred. Fred, he's not good enough to represent the club. I think we should consider offloading him this summer, but we won't offload Fred this year. Fred, he has had his good games under Rangnick. But on the other side of things, he's enjoyed a lot of poor games as well. Fred has played a lot of games alongside McTominay in the centre midfield, and Fred and McTominay do not complement each other in our midfield. And like Roy Keane said before, that Man United will not win a Premier League title with Fred and McTominay as your midfielders. Fred has been at Manchester United for quite a few years now. Manchester United got Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk. We got him in a deal worth £50 million. And we've got McTominay. Like I said earlier on, McTominay is not good enough to represent the club. Luke Shaw, he's a good left back overall. He's played the last few games and he's done alright. But Luke Shaw's endured a lot of poor games this season. I thought Luke Shaw was far superior last season to this season. Luke Shaw's had some injuries this season. Luke Shaw is injury prone, which is a concern. Shaw's been at Manchester United for around 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Alex Telles, he's a good left back. He's been impressive under Rangnick. Well, he's appeared to be our first choice left back under Rangnick as Telles. The reason Manchester United brought Telles in was to provide competition for Luke Shaw. Manchester United got Telles from Porto back in 2020. We got him in a deal worth 15.4 million with add-ons included. We got Harry Maguire. He's not good enough to represent the club. I think Man United will look to sell Maguire in the summer. Now, like I updated you not so long ago, he said Harry Maguire has been upsetting his Manchester United teammates in the dressing room. Obviously, Man United players have been questioning Harry Maguire's place in the team. Harry Maguire missed the game against Watford. I think he'll play tomorrow against Man City. Earlier on this season, there was a lot of Manchester United fans demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. But Rangnick said that Maguire will remain Manchester United's captain until the end of the season. He's been at Manchester United over 2 years now as Maguire. Manchester United got Maguire for 80 million, so he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive signing at the club, behind Pogba. Maguire's endured quite a few injuries as well since he came to Man United. We've got Victor Lindelof. He's done well in the last few games he's played in, to be fair, but doesn't change my perception on him. I don't still think he's good enough overall. I think we should sell him in the summer, but we won't. We'll keep Lindelof for this year. Lindelof's played a lot of games alongside Maguire in our back line. He's also played some games alongside Bailly, and he's played some games alongside Varane. Lindelof has been at Manchester United for around 5 years. Manchester United got Lindelof from Benfica back in 2017, got him in a deal worth £31 million. Wait that a second. Sorry guys, just pins and needles in my foot, I just had to shake it off. But yeah, we've also got Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly is a good centre-back, but Eric Bailly doesn't get in the team. He lost his place in the team a while ago. And Bailly is injury prone, which is a concern. I'm expecting Bailly to leave Manchester United in the summer. Bailly's been at Manchester United for over 5 years. Manchester United got him from Villarreal back in 2016. Manchester United paid £38 million for him. Bailly's got a contract with Man United till 2024. He signed that new contract in April last year. You know, we've got Raphael Varane, very good centre-back. You know, most of the time when Varane plays, he seems to make the difference. Well, Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a good pedigree behind him, because look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at Real Madrid. Earlier on this season, Varane had illness, didn't he? He had pains in his stomach and he's had a couple of injuries since he came to Man United. You know, the first injury he got was a groin injury, and the second injury was a hamstring injury, I think. Man United signed Varane last summer from Real Madrid. We got him for 41 million, with the add-ons included. Man United paid 34 million up front. Varane's under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. And we've got Phil Jones, obviously not good enough. I'm expecting Phil Jones to leave in the summer. He should have left in January, Phil Jones, but he didn't. Don't forget, Jones started the game against Wolves at Old Trafford earlier on this season. That's only because Maguire picked up an injury. Jones was our best performer against Wolves at Old Trafford. It was his first Premier League appearance since January 2020. Jones also came on in the cup game against Middlesbrough earlier on this season. At one point, Jones was out with a knee injury for a while. His contract at Man United expires next year. You know, this season has been his 11th season at Man United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player as Phil Jones. Been with us since the Ferguson era. We've got Diego Dalot. Obviously, he's a right-back. Well, he's appeared to be our first-choice right-back under Rangnick. Dalot's been impressive under Rangnick. Obviously, Rangnick's decided to go with Wan-Bissaka in the last few games, so obviously Dalot hasn't been starting in recent games. Do you think Dalot will leave Manchester United this year? Well, he has been subjected to transfer speculation before. Don't forget, last season Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan. Reflecting on that, again, some experience. Manchester United got Dalot from Porto. We paid 19 million for him. His contract at Man United expires next year. Obviously, the other right back we've got is Wan-Bissaka. Like I've just mentioned, he's played the last few games, and to be fair, he's done quite well. But I still don't think he's good enough. You know, defensively, Bissaka's good, but the attacking side of his game lets him down. This season has been Wan-Bissaka's third full season at Man United. You know, Man United got Bissaka from Crystal Palace. We got him for £50 million back in 2019. You know, he could leave in the summer, could Bissaka. Obviously, David De Gea, you know, he's a world-class goalkeeper. He's regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. You know, De Gea's been sensational this season. He's now back to his best. He was in goal for the game against Watford at Old Trafford not so long ago. He had nothing to do in that game, but his distribution was quite poor. Don't forget, De Gea got named the Premier League's Player of the Month for January. Well, he's won everything domestically at the football club. Prior to the game against Atletico Madrid in the first leg of the Champions League last 16, De Gea said, "I don't see myself away from Manchester United." You know, this season's been his 11th season at the club, so reflecting on that, he's been a long servant. His contract at Manchester United expires next year. Our second choice goalkeeper is Dean Henderson. He's a good keeper, Henderson, but he doesn't get in goal that much because last summer De Gea reclaimed that #1 spot back. Henderson has only made 3 appearances this season. Earlier on this season, Henderson got arrested for abusing his girlfriend. Third choice goalkeeper Tom Heaton doesn't get in goal, does he? He's just a backup. Man United got Tom Heaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa last summer. And Lee Grant, he's still at Man United. So there you go. You know, a lot of money's been invested into the squad. But let me put into the equation, none of this squad is Rangnick's. You know, he's inheriting players who other managers have brought in. In January, Manchester United loaned players out. Obviously, we loaned Donny van der Beek out to Everton. We did the right decision loaning him out. Van der Beek won't get enough chances at Man United. I think he'll leave permanently in the summer, Van der Beek. Martial, you know, he's out on loan with Sevilla. We had to let him go because he wasn't getting in our team enough. I think he'll leave permanently in the summer. We've got Amad Diallo that's out on loan with Rangers, and Ethan Laird went out on loan, so did Tuan Zabi, and Tiden Menga went to Birmingham on loan. So around 8 players left in January. Oh, Man United did enjoy a disappointing January transfer window though, because we didn't make any signings. Should have let Lingard and Henderson leave, but we blocked their exits. And we had the incident with Mason Greenwood towards the end of January. We've got to get the Glazers out of the football club as well, because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. You know, the Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 16 and a half years now. You know, the Glazers bought Man United for 500 million back in 2005. Obviously, earlier on this year, Richard Arnold came in as a new chief executive to replace Ed Woodward. It was good news from a Man United perspective that Woodward stepped down, because Ed Woodward was one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. You know, Woodward was obviously responsible for the poor recruitment and that. Woodward was at Manchester United for 17 years. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.